What's up, guys? It's me, the Gold Nugget here, and welcome to another episode of the Gold Nugget Universe. This is episode 101 of the Gold Nugget Universe. Still can't believe it's 100 episodes already. Yeah, tonight's gonna be the fallout of SummerSlam. And pretty much the start of the build towards War Games, which is going to be our next pay-per-view. War Games is going to be a fun thing. I know it. But, as always, I'm going to give you guys a recap of SummerSlam. So, here we go. Baressa retained her women's world title, obviously. Akira Tanaka ended up beating Crashy in that 1 hour Iron Woman match. Yeah. Adrian Black retains his Intercontinental title. We have new tag champions on both the men and the women's side. Kit Wilson and Elton Prince from Pretty Deadly are your new tag champions. And the Nightmare and Lady Death, the Evil Girls, are your new women's tag champions. Let's see. Yeah. Aubrey ended up beating Tegan Knox in a steel cage match. Because that was a match also. Trying to think of the order that the matches happened. Trying to give you guys a full recap, okay? The Women's Intercontinental Champion retained. Cameron Grimes is your new United States Champion. Allison Snyder ended up beating Zenda clean. Zenda, who has been part of my old wrestling series, Golden Nugget Wrestling. I brought her here to the Golden Nugget Universe because I felt like it. Oh, speaking of that, Ruth from Golden Nugget Wrestling made her surprise appearance at SummerSlam when she accepted Sleepy's open challenge. That's who ended up accepting Sleepy's open challenge that I'd been talking about pretty much. Ruth ended up being the one that accepted the open challenge. Ruth making her surprise appearance. If y'all follow the channel, you know her from Golden Nugget Wrestling, my old wrestling series. But some of you who don't know her, you'll know her eventually. Gold Nugget, which is me, pinned Randy Orton clean. So that's fun. Kendall Hall unfortunately lost the gauntlet match that I've been talking about for weeks. Kendall Hall was in a gauntlet match. She had to take on all 4 members of the Apocalypse one at a time. But Yeah. Kendall Hall ended up losing, so she's gonna have to retire because the stipulation of that match, if Kendall Hall were to lose that match, she would be forced to retire. That's exactly what happened. But she will have one final farewell tonight. She did want to give one final farewell before she laced up her boots. But yeah, Kendall Hall will give her final farewell before she retires. Because the added stipulation of the gauntlet match that if she lost, she would have to retire. So she's going to have to retire. So you guys are going to get her final farewell here tonight. Yeah. She did want to give one final farewell before she retires. So you'll enjoy that. And Luke Razor retains the world title against LA Knight with his personal referee, his girlfriend. Luke Razor's girlfriend, the champ's girlfriend, his personal referee, pretty much. Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna start the build towards War Games and the fallout of SummerSlam. Let's get on with it. Alright. What we got first? Well, should be obvious. We always started with a women's world title number contender match. AJ Lee. Hey AJ. AJ is here. So, coming up in a bit, it's going to be our first match of the night. It's going to be a triple threat match. It's going to be AJ Lee versus Allison Snyder versus Zinda. And the winner of this triple threat match will get a women's title shot at War Games. Pretty much. So let's see who's gonna win here. Allison Snyder, the girl that pinned Zinda clean with Allison Snyder, the tallest girl there is. And I believe her. Okay. Every time you see this pyro, just expect it to be Zinda. Yeah. Yeah, every time you see that pyro, just expect it to be Zinda. Pretty much. Zinda! So in the old wrestling series, she's a two-time women's champion. Yeah, in the old series, Zinda is a former two-time women's champion and tag champion. So Zinda's done a lot in the old series. Let's see if she'll do even more in this series. Especially since we have a women's Intercontinental title, women's US title. We didn't have that in the old series. But we did have too many titles. Shit. Shit. Oh my god, Zenda taking a lot of abuse from Allison Snyder. Down and out. AJ Lee and Allison Snyder all alone in the ring together. This is actually an interesting encounter. AJ Lee and Allison Snyder in the same ring together. That's kind of an interesting encounter. Zenda's in trouble, dude. She needs help. She needs help. Oh shit. Zenda not able to get the pin there. Allison Snyder.
Stay focused. Oh, play more. Oh, AJ. Oh, come on, AJ. AJ Lee in trouble. F5. AJ Lee might be done for. Zinda breaks it up. Oh shit, nope. Zinda gets tossed out. Oh my god. Side turns in the back multiple times. AJ. Oh, Zinda. The resilience. That might have been her last gasp, dude. I think that was her finisher, right? Oh, Zinda suffered this at SummerSlam. Oh, Zinda. That's a reversal. Surviving so much in this match. Zinda took her. AJ Lee pins Zinda, dude. AJ Lee will face Varessa for the Women's World Title at War Games. So at War Games, it'll be AJ Lee versus Varessa. Women's title will be on the line. AJ Lee has quite a chance. What'd you guys think? You think AJ Lee has a chance against Varessa, the current women's champion? Let's see. It is AJ Lee, so what will you expect? Alright, next match. Oh boy. Oh boy. Here's Tanaka. Sue Summer. Bates on the other side. There she is. Akira Tanaka, the leader of this group, Team Sexy and Deadly. They're about to take on Afro Proof and Asuna. So this is going to be a continuation of this rivalry. Yeah. This is going to be a continuation of this rivalry between Akira Tanaka and Karashi. And pretty much the whole Owl Army and Team Sexy and Deadly. This is pretty much the continuation of the rivalry between Team Sexy and Deadly and the Owl Army. Mostly Akira Tanaka and Karashi. Here comes the Owl Army. Oh boy. The Owl Army, led by Crashy 204. Behind her is Afro Proof and Asuna. Watch them. Alright, Team Sexy and Deadly versus the Owl Army. Pretty much Nayuli Bates and Sue Summer versus Afro Proof and Asuna. 2-on-2 tag match. Normal tag match. Oh god, right hand. Afro Proof and Sue Summer starting this match off. Akira Tanaka just cheering her best friends on, obviously. Shit. Shit. Hot tag. Akira Tanaka jumping on the apron. Trying to do something. Oh, Sue Summer is in trouble. Nayuli Bates is trying to get back up, but... I don't know what the fuck is going on with me. Okay. Oh, we're about to do a double team. These two are so... they get along very well. Says in the match, Nugget Bates and Asuna going at it. Why am I having to need to cough so much when I'm trying to cough? Asuna. Quick to break up the pin. Spanish fly. Asuna breaks up the pin. Sue Summer picks up the win for her team. Team Sexy and Deadly are your winners of the match. Maggie Lee Bates, Sue Summer, They pick up the win in this tag match. Akira Tanaka obviously gonna celebrate with them, cause, yeah. Next match. We have another triple threat. This will determine the number one contender for the men's United States title. It'll be Moist Critical versus Baron Corbin. Oh, that's my hard block. Shit. Interrupt my video. Anyway, triple threat match to determine the number one contender for the U.S. title. It'll be Moist Critical versus Baron Corbin versus some other guy. You'll find out in a second. Baron Corbin. Fakest boos I've ever heard. So, how much do they get paid to fucking voice the fucking crowd? Demon Kenzo! Okay. Fucking bitch. Alright. So, coming up next, it'll be Demon Kenzo versus Baron Corbin versus Moist Critical. Winner of this triple threat match will be the number one contender for the men's United States title and will face Cameron Grimes. Circle, Corbin, Demon Kenzo. Winner will be no contender for the men's US title. Critical, Baron Corbin, Demon Kenzo. Triple threat match to determine moment contender for the men's US title. They will face Cameron Grimes at War Games. Find out who will face Cameron Grimes for the US title at War Games. The question we all want to know. Baseball bat has entered the ring. Oh no. The chair has entered the match. No, on the floor. Into the ring. Shit. former Mr. Money in the Bank. That was an awkward curb stomp, but I'll take it. Yeah, that was way too awkward of a curb stomp to end it. Yeah. Oh, deep six? No. Holy moly. Demon Kenzo is the #1 contender for the men's United States title. My god, his face paint really gets fucked up after the match, doesn't it? Anyway, Demon Kenzo is the #1 contender for the US title. Alright, coming up next, it's going to be another triple threat match. We're determining a #1 contender for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Wow, Nikki Bella has 2 hats now. But anyway, yeah, it's gonna be a triple threat. It's a #1 contender for the women's Intercontinental title. It's gonna be Nikki Bella versus Paige versus Chelsea Green. That should be a fun one. I mean, yeah. Three big names in here. 3 big names. Paige, Chelsea Green, Nikki Bella. Come on. Who else? What do you put in triple threat? Paige. This is her house now. This is her house. Alright, here comes Chelsea Green. Chelsea. Oh, God. Chelsea. Come on, Chelsea. You got this. Y'all think Chelsea has this in the bag? Y'all think Chelsea has this in the bag? She has to go up against 2 legends, Paige and Nikki Bella. I mean, Paige might as well be a legend, right? And AJ. Paige, AJ, Nikki Bella, or the Bellas. They all have to be considered legends at this point, right? Natalia, too. Because Natalia's been there forever. Like, she has to be considered a legend now. Come on. Anyway, triple threat underway. Nikki Bella versus Paige versus Chelsea Green. winner will be known for the women's U.S. women's Intercontinental title. Sorry, I messed that up. But the winner of this match will be the number one contender for the women's Intercontinental title. And face Miss Dastardly. Okay? Right to the fucking jaw. Nikki Bella. Remember, later tonight we will have a final farewell with Kendall Hall before she retires. Because Kendall Hall lost that gauntlet match, and I said, if Kendall Hall was to lose that match, she'll be forced to retire. And, yeah. Kendall Hall has to retire, so... Kendall Hall will have her final farewell here tonight. For the women's Intercontinental title in his face, Miss Dastardly. Nikki Bella and Chelsea Green working together. That's a crazy pairing. Nikki Bella and Chelsea. Paige is gonna be your number one contender for the Women's Intercontinental title. I repeat, Paige is your number one Paige is your number one contender for the Women's Intercontinental title. That's huge for her. Paige. We love Paige. Alright. Alright. Aster's gonna be in action tonight. Okay. Oh my god! Sophia Smith! Who probably just attacked Kendall Hall. Yeah. Kendall Hall was backstage getting ready to give her a final farewell. But Sophia Smith ain't allowing that to happen. Sophia Smith coming out here with a beaten up Kendall Hall. Kendall Hall might be fucking injured. Critically. Yeah, Kendall Hall might be injured critically. We have no clue. It does look like a critical injury though. We might have to get a doctor out here to check out Kendall Hall. She's most likely injured and probably won't be able to do her final farewell tonight. Or ever. Kendall Hall was getting ready for her final farewell, and then Sophia Smith came out here with a beaten up Kendall Hall. And Kendall Hall is pretty much critically injured now. We don't know if we're going to get a final farewell or not. Shit. Yeah, we are definitely not getting a final farewell from Kendall Hall. Because Sophia Smith decided to critically injure. Sophia Smith decided to critically injure Kendall Hall. And of course, they're brawling because Aster doesn't like what just happened to her friend. Aster getting revenge on behalf of her friend. In and out of the ring, it's a brawl. They don't have to fucking... Oh, the fucking table. Oh no. Hello? That's the clip of the night. Oh boy. Y'all get your clips ready. This is a weird episode. Oh shit. That's never happened before. What the? Don't start this shit with the steps. We're not doing this. It's happening way too frequently where they fucking stop right next to the steps. What a brawl. Alright, next up. XQC. This is going to be another triple threat match, which will determine the #1 contender for the men's Intercontinental title. It's going to be XQC versus Jake Cage versus Bobby Lashley. So Bobby Lashley is going to make his first appearance at the Gold Nugget Universe. So, you guys will get to enjoy that. Oh. Jake Cage. Jake Cage. Jake TV is here. And here comes the man that I just announced is going to be in this match. There he is. The almighty Bobby Lashley. Lashley. Come on, Lashley. Lashley is here. So yeah, Bobby Lashley has arrived at the Gold Nugget Universe officially, making his first appearance in this debut in this triple threat match. Here we go. XQC, Jake Cage, Bobby Lashley. Winner will be #1 contender for the women. Not dead, dang it. Men's Intercontinental title. There. I say that. There. Shit. Yeah. So the winner will be #1 contender for the men's Intercontinental title. War Games. Bobby Lashley And all alone in there with Jake TV. God. Bobby Lashley gets suplexed. Jesus. Given how strong Bobby Lashley is, it's very impressive to see him get suplexed. Given how strong Bobby Lashley is. Try XUC. TV is gonna whip your ass. Alright. Lashley went low. But it's Bobby Lashley, I mean. Bobby just taking his time getting back in the ring. My God! Both men get taken out. Right to the nuts. Wow, Jake Cage went for a spear. Bobby Lashley countered it. I think Bobby Lashley is trying to lock into the hurt lock, but not doing much. XQC gonna steal the win. Ah, Bobby. Bobby. No, it's Bobby though. Yeah. Bobby's not gonna stay down that quickly. Spear! Well, now he's gonna stay down. Thanks for coming, Bobby. Ah, shit. Bobby is still in it, dude. Bobby Lashley. Another spear. XQC stopping the pin for the opponent. Neckbreaker. Busted open. Cage gets busted open. Hurt lock, hurt lock, hurt lock. XQC might tap. Oh, he was moments away, too. Spear! Well, there you have it, folks. Jake Cage is your #1 contender for the men's Intercontinental title. Wait, why is it showing that fucking Titantron? The fuck? Something's weird here. It's showing that Titantron for no reason. That's weird. It shouldn't be. Alright, next match. Oh boy. Oh boy. It's Tegan. Tegan gonna be in action here. Gonna be a triple threat. Another one. So a #1 contender for the women's United States title. The winner will face Isla Dawn for the women's United States title. Tegan Knox will face Aubrey Howell and Jacy Jayne. Winner will be #1 contender for the women's United States title. Tegan is ready. Tegan is ready. Are you ready? Let me hear you say. Here comes the girl that beat Tegan Knox at SummerSlam in a steel cage. Aubrey Howell, the girl that pinned Tegan Knox in a steel cage at SummerSlam. These two will be going at each other throughout the entire triple threat match. I fucking guarantee it. What about this girl? Jacy Jayne. Former Women's Intercontinental Champion. Could be a future Women's United States Champion if she wins this triple threat. It could happen. Add another title to her resume. Jacy Jayne. How many of y'all love Jacy Jayne? Let me see. Let's see what happened. The triple threat match. The winner will be #1 contender for the women's United States title. The winner will face Isla Dawn for the women's United States title. Tegan Knox versus Aubrey Howell versus Jacy Jayne. Ref, ring the bell. This could get chaotic and fast. Considering Aubrey Howell and Tegan Knox just fought each other in a steel cage at SummerSlam, so those two might go at each other right now. Tegan in trouble. Quick to get out of it. JC Jane is about to get a weapon. Aubrey Howell with an insane move. Choke slam. Tegan. That's why they call her Lady Kane, I guess. Aubrey Howell going for another high-risk move. But then she misses this time. 10 to 6 shots. Repeated 10 to 6 shots to the back. Aubrey Howell had to have felt those 10 to 6 shots. I don't know. Nah, these two should be working together. Oh boy. And then turn on each other immediately after. Yeah. That's how these triple threats work. You work with each other and then you turn on each other afterwards. Tegan. Jane. JC Jane going for the boot, but I don't know. I think she's gonna hit this time. Tegan breaking up the pin before it even ends. Tegan! Spine buster. Good old Tegan, man. Good old Tegan. Good job. JC Jane and Tegan knocks him out already. Aubrey Howell is stuck outside the ring. Tegan. Aubrey Howell still has a lot left in the tank. Shit. Total wipeout, dude. Oh, shit. Oh no, Tegan. Tegan. Thanks for coming, Tegan. Ah. Thanks for coming. No! Tegan, what a surprising kick out. Tegan Knox with a surprising kick out, man. How the fuck did you kick out of that? Tegan surprises me every time. Oh, now she's gonna not kick out. Yeah. So, that means Aubrey Howell is your #1 contender for the Women's United States title. I repeat, Aubrey Howell is your #1 contender for the Women's United States title. So at War Games, it'll be Aubrey Howell versus Isla Dawn, Women's United States title. That sounds like a crazy fucking match, too. Let's get on with the next one. Next match. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. DIY. Gargano and Ciampa. Alright, so it's gonna be a Fatal 4-Way #1 contender match. Fatal 4-Way Tornado Tag #1 contender match. Ciampa and Gargano. Y'all know who it is. Street Profits. Primetime Matt and Mike Mac Gaming. We got Mike Mac Gaming and Primetime Matt. Mike Mac Gaming, the one in the yellow jacket. Primetime Matt is the other guy in the red and blue. Alright. Gallus. So the winning team will face the newly crowned tag champions. Pretty deadly. War Games. Mark Coffee and Joe Coffee. Alright, you guys have fun. Dawkins in trouble. Mike in trouble. Gallus pick up the win. Gallus, Joe Coffey, and Mark Coffey are your number one contenders for the men's tag titles. It's awesome. Alright, coming up next, it's gonna be a Fatal 5-Way Battle Royal for the world title. LA Knight coming out here first. I repeat, coming up next, it's gonna be a Fatal 5-Way Battle Royal for the world title. Gonna be a Fatal 5-Way Battle Royal to determine the number one contender for the world title at War Games. Yeah, sure. Conman 167 making his way to the ring. Should be awesome. Just for you guys, I will charge my shift. It's Ricochet. Ricochet could be a possible world champion. Ricochet has what it takes to be a world champion. Shit. Ricochet, he has what it takes to be a world champion. I see it in him. It's a Fatal 5-Way. If Ricochet wins this Fatal 5-Way, he'll get a fucking title shot. It goes for everybody else. Whoever wins this Fatal 5-Way will be the number one contender for the world title. We have one more competitor. And it's Cross. Obviously, it's Cross. Come on. You guys saw him coming a mile away, didn't you? Come on. You guys probably knew he was in this match. Right? You probably knew he was in this match. What about the former Intercontinental Champion? The man that will probably be the one to be the world champion. Karrion Kross could be a future world champion in the Golden Universe. Let's see then. Cross. He's not entering with Scarlett because you can't have managers here. You can't have managers in this type of match, of course. Any other match, I would love to have him come out with Scarlett, but it's not gonna happen. Alright, fatal 5-way to determine the number contender for the world title. Fatal 5-way to determine the number 1 contender for the Golden Nugget Universe World Championship. Whoever wins this will have an opportunity of his life. Who will win this match? Get the biggest opportunity of your whole fucking career. LA Knight is about to be eliminated first, dude. That'll be a fucking pop of the night. And the controversy. Ricochet can already be eliminated. Ricochet is about to get eliminated. Imagine if he's the one that gets eliminated first. LA Knight, the former number 1 contender for the world title. He has to... If LA Knight wants another shot at the world title, he has to win this match. That's all he has to do. You have some good possible winners here. Cross in trouble. Roro. Oh. Cross. Ricochet. A big splash. Roar felt that impact too. Ricochet. Flip off the ball on the top row. EFT, Ricochet. And Ricochet is eliminated. See ya, Ricochet. Ricochet is officially out. Oh, yeah, now he's about to get tossed out too. LA Knight. Pedigree by Con Man. Cross is eliminated by LA Knight. At least it's LA Knight, right? I mean, think about it. If you had to choose between Karrion Kross and LA Knight, who would you have win? I mean, only one of them could win, right? Oh, shit. I know we all really love Karrion Kross and we all love LA Knight, but only one can win, right? Punch him, kick him. Conrad just got eliminated. Now it's down to Roro and LA Knight. You could see Luke Razor versus LA Knight Part 2 at War Games. Roro and LA Knight. The winner of this will face the world champion at War Games. Roro. Ah, shit. Gonna leave him out of here bleeding. Roro. Can't believe LA Knight almost got eliminated immediately. PFT. That's it. Throw over the top rope. It's over. LA Knight is once again your number one contender for the world title. So at War Games, we're going to see Luke Razor versus LA Knight Part 2. That'd be crazy. Anyway, that was it for tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe. I'm out of here. Peace. See you next week for more Gold Nugget Wrestling. Gold Nugget Universe. See you guys next week for some more Gold Nugget Universe. Peace.